Guys, this is my favorite tea to drink. I drink this nearly every morning, and it is amazing. So they have a caffeine-free one, also one with caffeine in it. And then I also add a little bit of vanilla soy milk to it, and it is so good. It is so good. It beats coffee, and as well as you can customize it, you know how much caffeine you want for the day. I don't really know how to describe the flavor of it. It's not like anything like normal, but it's kind of like orangey, cinnamony with like ginger spice to it, which sounds terrible, I guess, now that I'm hearing it, but it's delicious.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, there he goes. So I was just at the library and uploaded a couple things onto YouTube, my music video that's now out, so that's really cool. She's slamming her cage. It's also a little bit depressing too, because I put like dozens, if not hundreds of hours into that, and it will only get probably like a couple hundred views, and I don't want to pay for a promotion because it's like I fucking pay to make it with time, and then I gotta pay for just people to watch it. That seems ridiculous. The little like rubber things on my headphones is just like fell off, and it's sad, but I'm gonna try to make my own because I don't want to go I don't really want to go find these, so let me just see if I can make my own here. There, you can hardly tell. So there's a Sprinter van right there. And like, what I'm actually looking at in the future is I'm thinking the Sprinter van, otherwise I'm thinking of one of these guys right here, which I think would be a little bit better for me. Like, I want to be more comfortable than I do want to be more stealthy. And so like, I feel like that trade-off is kind of worth it for me. But I don't know, they're about the same price. Like that's about 5 or 6, and this is about 5 or 6 too. And they're Chevys too, which are really nice. I like Chevys more than buying like a Mercedes or a Dodge. Today I'm going to go to the library and try to get some more shows booked around Seattle right now, which is where I'm living. So a couple days ago, about a week ago, I contacted 5 or 6 venues to try to get something going. None of them reached out to me. None of them replied, and I think the reason why was because I was really kind of specific on saying like I really want to get paid for these shows. And, you know, apparently they're just not really interested if they know that I'm not going to be able to bring that many people. I need to start playing shows, and I need to have not expectations of getting paid at the venue, but of making my own money myself, which is kind of like the way it always has been. So I'm going to be booking some shows at some venues and trying to sell a lot of merch there, and I think that's where I'm going to get the most amount of money. And if I can at least play free and just have like a stage, that's all I need. I'm really, really adamant on playing some shows around here. This is a really great place to play shows in Seattle, and I know that I feel like I'm really, really ready to start going out and playing shows. So let's do it. Tired lanes in a secret spot, dark blue when the cops came, we were really caught. Also guys, I really want to talk about self-hypnosis because it's not something that a lot of people know of, but basically meditation is a lot like what people are into nowadays, and kind of calming the mind and getting some clarity. But for me, I don't find that that's always that effective. In fact, it kind of can be boring. If you are already a relaxed person, you don't need to relax anymore. You typically need to get shit done. That's kind of your focus, for me anyway. And I find that self-hypnosis is actually going into a trance. And when you're in that trance state, you're able to implant ideas as well as kind of come up with a deeper meaning of what you really are living for. And for me, I've been doing it every day, and every time I do it, I'm just blown away by when I come out of that trance, because I just have learned so much more about myself, as well as I've programmed so many good thoughts into my mind that I'm just super, super happy. And I just really think that if I ever become successful, it's going to be just like, that's going to be one of the key components of why I became successful, because I was able to see it as well as tell myself I could do it before I even did it. Because everything in the world all starts with what's going on in here and inside you. I just think that all of this brings me to like a higher level of consciousness, even though you're doing this by bypassing your consciousness. The glowing maps and traffic signs. Which direction do I leave? I'm moving on without you.
So before I go to the library, I actually want to show you guys this. This is just something that I bought recently, and this is called the Rocket Book. And what it is actually like a journal, but it's not like regular paper. What it does is it comes with like a special type of pen too that is actually erasable, so you can have like ink, but then you can also like erase it too, which is kind of nice. It uses heat to erase it instead of like actually like an eraser. Like it's just now clear ink, which is makes it look erasable. But anyway, what you do is you actually take a picture of it with your phone, and then you pretty much can transfer it to whatever digital media you want. And I think that I bought this because it was a really cool concept for writing lyrics, so that I could write my lyrics with my hand, which I feel like gives a nice, better feel, and then transfer it to, my computer so that I could, keep it organized. And basically, you just wipe this off with a wet cloth to clear the paper when you're all done. And I can tell you that I hate it. Which I bet you weren't expecting that. I do not like it at all. I'm not going to use it. I think it's a bad concept because I feel like it's like, this doesn't have that feel that I really love about writing. It feels like I'm writing on a whiteboard with like a marker. It just doesn't feel right. And so I'm going to show you guys what I do now. Okay, so I have two notebooks that I use. This one's for kind of bullet journaling as well as taking notes of whatever I need. It's kind of like a scratch pad. And this right here is actually what I write all my lyrics in. And I find that this is a lot better for what I like to do. But most importantly, the reason why I like having paper and a fountain pen, which is by far the best, coolest pens you can buy. Once you use a fountain pen, I swear to you, it kicks every and yeah, you know what I'm saying. See, when you write, it has like, you get like this feedback that your brain and mind actually enjoy about writing. What I really like to use in my own life is I like to have the old school system because it's flawless and it was great just the way it was. And I like to meet that with technology and digital because that's great just the way it is. But when you try to meet them in the middle, they just never work out. You got to use them both at the same time interchangeably and get the best of both worlds. But when you try to meet those worlds, you just kind of lose the greatness on both sides. And that's why I don't like using something like this notebook. They keep milking new things. I'm going to try this because typically if this was at Whole Foods, I never would have bought it. So I'm going to try and let you guys know what it tastes like. There was a girl in there that was really cute. She was like a Ukrainian girl with a nice accent. Except she had like a wedding ring on and she was like 19. And I was like, okay. She was giving me the looks though. I was like, are you sure you're married? It kind of tastes like all the other ones. I mean, it's like how you'd imagine. It tastes like a little bit of oatmeal mixed with like a thickener agent and some sugar. It is really good though. That was sketchy. I'm in such a sketchy area, I'm not going back to that grocery store though, because there's like a bunch of like weirdos over here. And Aurora Avenue is where like all the prostitutes are at night. So I was just at the library looking at books on Wicca. I think that the mind is extremely powerful, and I've been learning more about this every day. And I just kind of gravitated towards Wicca this afternoon because I like the cultural background of it. It has a lot of gothic, vintage, as well as nature, artistic styles to it that I just love. And I also think that the spiritualness behind it, I think, really tries to emphasize the power of your subconscious and open it up and see how far you can take it. And that's something that I just kind of been gravitating towards. I don't really know too much about it at the moment. I'm not a very religious and spiritual person, but I do think that the subconscious is very underrated, and I do think that going into a little bit of spiritualness is a really good thing for me at the moment.
There's pain in my chest. Don't play, don't blah, 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 blah. I don't have a picture, I'm gonna use my finger. Here we go.